Hello everybody, Dave Neal here, stand-up comic and host of Bachelor Nation News. In this video, we are going to listen to Clayton defend himself from the people that are calling him out on Twitter, Instagram, and all these TikTok, all these other places. He says, I never claimed to be a saint. I never claimed to be celibate. I did what I did. I had fun. We're going to play all of that. It's actually a pretty interesting conversation. So we'll play that clip of the podcast. By all means, make sure to hit the subscribe button for up-to-date content. Hit the alert bell if you haven't already. And like this video an odd number of times. So the podcast dropped today. As you know, the video version drops later, but we can't wait for that. There's too much to get into. So we're going to discuss the audio version of it. I'm going to play it in a second. Clayton calls out a TikToker who claims he walked in on Clayton hooking up with his girlfriend, and he specifically calls this guy out. I'll show you the reel I already made. You can go to my Instagram to watch this, but this is the reel I made calling out the guy who called out Clayton. So there's another TikTok accusation. This TikToker with 500,000 views says that he walked in on Clayton hooking up with his girlfriend at the time. Let's see if there's any truth to it. Here's what he had to say.
That's the same guy who barebacked my then girlfriend in the corner of the couch, and I had to walk in and see that.
So, some people say, oh, maybe that's true, maybe it's not. But I'm saying it's on TikTok. So I go to one of his other videos. Watch this.
I probably shouldn't even be sharing this, but you know what? Fuck Tinder. You want a chick, go to Facebook Marketplace. Type in wedding dresses, sizes for reference. Come on with it. I probably shouldn't even be sharing this.
I go, you know what? As a stand-up comedian, I'm going, all right, that sounds familiar. So then I Googled that joke. Tinder is for rookies. Go to Facebook Marketplace, search for wedding dresses. I'll show you recently divorced females in your area. From there, you can filter by size. So he's stealing a joke. Obviously, we can't take anything anyone ever says on TikTok seriously because who knows? He could have made this whole thing up. Let me know what you guys think. Yeah, so unless you have receipts of something happening, don't believe it. The people on TikTok, and I enjoy TikTok. My TikTok's the same as my Instagram at DNeal, so you can find it right there. I enjoy TikTok, but the rules just don't apply on TikTok. People can make anything up, whatever they want on TikTok, and there's really no ramifications. This guy didn't exist. Anyway, I just wanted to share that story because it's just like, was I the only person? I put my ref's hat on and I go, no, flag on the play. This story's BS. Until proven otherwise, it's BS. So Clayton is here to set the record straight and call some of these things out. So reckless. So we'll hear Becca introduce him. I'm going to try to play this whole clip with no interruptions. Again, it's audio only, so go back to feeding your kid or doing the dishes or playing Russian, whatever you're doing over there. Enjoy it, and you're going to play this in the background.
Anyone who listens to the podcast, like, Clayton, you are a human.
This is Becca Kufrin.
One person is trying to navigate this crazy world, and it's a world that you had never watched before. You really had no idea or expectations. You're just doing the best you can. So I would really ask everyone to just have patience and have a little bit of grace and wherewithal to know that you're doing your best. You're just like everyone else. You're trying to find love. You're trying to find a partner.
I say that, doing the best with the information you have.
So many people on social media popping up and coming out of the woodwork and saying shit. And I know, I was kind of like you, I would say, in a way where at first I was like, I have been given this incredible platform and there's so much support and I want to reply to everybody and thank them and really, be as humble and as gracious as possible. And very slowly I realized, like, there's a lot of haters out there and there's a lot of trolls and there's a lot of people who will say whatever the hell they want to say to get their 2 seconds of fame or their 15 minutes of fame, if you will. And so I know even like this week, crazy things on social media have been popping up of things that happened when you were single, when you were in your 20s and just a man dating. So is there anything that you want to address here first and foremost to really get out there so all of our listeners can hear it from you directly?
Yeah, there's so much I want to address, and that's where I'm like, can I fit it all into one podcast? Probably not, but again, I'm a big talker, as people will see, especially on these podcasts, which was a little bit different from on the show, where again, I think something I've seen is people say, oh, like he seems that he doesn't have much to say to these women who are, telling them their life stories. And I remember I went into the whole experience with my family saying, Clayton, you're a great talker, but try to be a really great listener. Like, make sure you emphasize focusing on keeping your mouth shut and listening. And I think that's what I did a lot early on. And I had a lot of women say, hey, you're great. You're such a great listener. But as far as like the criticism being like, hey, the guy doesn't really say a whole lot, I think, again, it's kind of twofold. On one aspect, I was trying to be really good at just the listening aspect. The other side of it, I also, it's, 30 women come in the house and you're talking so far, this is day 4 or 5 or whatever it is that people are seeing this episode air. And these women are starting to open up and tell me some very personal stories. I'm still trying to figure out, hey, who this person is, how they are, like, what are their inner workings, and how can I best respond to something so personal. And so I think just because how the environment is, you really jump into those intimate discussions very early on. But if you're still getting to understand that person, I think at least I find myself being cautious, because I don't want to, I'm still trying to figure out who that person is, and I don't want to say something that might be misinterpreted. That's something I saw on the side. As far as addressing what I've seen online, yeah, I've seen a lot of these TikToks that have come up as of lately regarding my past, or my relationships that I had in the past. And like, listen, here's the thing: I never claimed to be some saint per se, or celibate for the last 6 years of my single life. Like, I was single, and I enjoyed that singleness. There's a period of my life where, like, yeah, I wasn't looking for anything serious, and I was just having fun and enjoying that aspect of it. And I think that's just something maybe everybody goes through in some capacity, and I went through that. And so I am now starting to see a lot of these things that are coming up. I mean, listen, I don't understand a whole lot of why people bring it up per se, because I'm like, I think we all went through this, but and maybe some people more than others. But the thing is like, yeah, I went out and dated and had my fun. And really what it came to is, like, it came to a head on this year, like on my 28th birthday. I realized that I was doing the same things. I hadn't changed my dating life per se. I haven't changed, my work. Everything was just kind of stagnant, and I felt like I was going through the motions. And I realized, like, you need to start making changes to see change. And that also can't cut into my dating life. I realized that I can't keep going down this path of just kind of loosely dating, because that's not going to bring me the happiness that I'm looking for, which is ultimately another person in my life that I can wake up to every day. And that's, and they'll be there with me along that journey of life. So, yeah, I see the things online. I think it is what it is. I guess for me, it's like, yes. And some of what I've seen is absolutely ridiculous. It's not factual. Like, I've seen some things that it's like, I saw one today. The guy said, hey, he was I walked in on him with my girlfriend. I'm like, I don't even know who this guy is. Yeah. Or someone else said, like, I dated him for 5 years. I was like, how can you make that? Like, how can you say you dated me for 5 years? Like, where is the evidence? But again, like, there's just so much. And I don't know. For what it is, I just want people to know, like, hey, I didn't claim to be this guy who just didn't date around or was just like in a hole for the last 5-6 years. Like, I went and had my fun. I did. But that obviously transitions once I hit my 28th birthday this year. I realized I needed to make some changes.
Yeah. Thrive Market is an
all right,
online
so
membership.
That's where it is, folks. And then, of course, we believe it or not, you might not believe this, but let's go back to the photo here. Serena was on that episode too. She just wasn't speaking, which is nice. I mean, they got to all take their turns. Let's see if we can hear what Serena has to say about all this.
.com/prescription cream for your specific dollars for shipping and handling.
On The Bachelor, dating and single, you were an adult and you had every right to date and have experiences, and you were a free man, and now you're not. And I think that's where the line gets blurry of people that are seeing you.
Whoa. She said you were a free man and now you're not. You want to hear that part again? Wow, she says, you are a free man, and now you're not. Did she just spoil something?
And you had every right to date and have experiences, and you were a free man, and now you're not. And I think that's where the line gets blurry of people that are seeing you on The Bachelor dating, and they forget that this period of your life happened before you went on the show when you were single. So, I don't think you have any need to apologize for any of that. People are going to come out and they're going to say dumb shit, and you know the truth. And I think that it's great having you on the podcast, because people are going to get to see and learn more about who you are, and that you.
She's right. People are going to say dumb stuff about you. And, every once in a while, I like to add some sort of self-help to it. But by the way, you can go to Bachelor Happy Hour, listen to them wherever you listen to podcasts. But, my friend Dr. Tracy, She posted this nice meme here. What to do when I'm triggered. And it's the same idea. It's like, Clayton, listen, you can't please everybody. And I get it. I want everyone on my channel to feel included and happy and this and that. And then if I spend 5 minutes reading the comment section, even if it's only 2% of the comments that are negative, I go, oh my gosh, I told my fiance last night, I was like, I have a high threshold for the BS I deal with, and I am nothing compared to what the leads and what else they have to deal with. So for me to be like, hey, I tell my fiance, for me to be like, hey, I think I need to like divorce myself from the comment section of my own channel. Like to even feel that it's negativity is being brought into my home. That's the problem with social media. It used to be, you get bullied at school. That's still stunk. That was a problem, right? But now it's like you're getting bullied and accused and all these other things in your own living room. You feel afraid to open your phone. Dr. Tracy says, what to do when I'm triggered? Go for a walk. And I would say if the phone is the thing triggering you, social media, don't bring it, or make sure you delete whatever app is triggering you. Name it to tame it. Take 10 slow, deep breaths. Take a break. Connect physically. Pause. Tune into your senses. Shift your mindset. Go plant a flower or go to the grocery store. I mean, I like to do simple stuff like go to the grocery store or grab some Starbucks coffee whenever I'm like ruminating over an issue. But the point is that Clayton has had to navigate and learn how to operate in a world where he can't please everybody. Like Becca says, she used to try to like reach out and please. You just realize you can't do that. Understand that rational, well-intended people are going to see the good in you. And those that are online that are just looking for something, they're going to find a way to take your words distorted or believe baseless rumors like that. You know what I mean? All right, folks, let me know what you guys think. We're going to do a Patreon immediately at 10 a.m. Pacific time, patreon.com/Dave Neal. I'm going to go live and make several videos on that live. If you work from home or just like to kill time with some chatter on in the background, I will be hanging out with several dozen of you guys as we put together new thumbnails and make whatever videos are coming out next. So that's where you can go find it, patreon.com/Dave Neal. And I will see you guys later on. Bye now.